Hey guys, welcome back to Mochi's Tales. Hey guys, so today I wanted to make a quick video on how you can teach your dog how to speak and how to whisper. So let's get started. So to teach your dog how to speak, it's very simple for you. There's only one step you need to take, same with whisper, but it's very complicated for your dog. So that's like kind of the plus and minus for it. But as a human, this should be really easy to teach, and hopefully it won't take too long for your dog to catch on. So before you teach whisper, I would recommend teaching speak, and all you're gonna do is just say speak and wait. The methodology behind this form of training speak is that you're gonna say the command, again, speak, and then your dog is most likely gonna try like every trick under the sun until you give them that reward, that treat, right? So when you first say speak, they're probably gonna do sit, down, like all these tricks they know, and they're gonna get growingly more and more frustrated, which sounds kind of mean, but this is like the way to teach it. So you're just gonna say speak, wait, see what they do. If necessary, say it again, speak, and just wait. And eventually they will bark or like make a little growl sound, and the moment they make a sound, you click. So mark the behavior, or you say your marker word, so yes, and give them a treat. Speak! Okay. So that, in the beginning, if they make even a little bit of a sound like that growl, you're gonna mark and reward. And you're gonna wanna keep the energy really high when you're teaching speak, because you want them to bark loud and proud, especially because we wanna teach them whisper later on. And you wanna make a big difference between speak, which is loud volume, and whisper, or else it's gonna be really hard for them to understand the difference. And you're gonna have to do this a few times. It might take like a few minutes for them to ever bark and do what you're asking, but this is the way to teach it. You just say speak, give them a few seconds to kind of, watch their mind turn. And the moment they give you what you're looking for, so making a sound, mark and reward. Yeah, so keep doing this, and eventually they should figure out that when they bark, they get a treat. And when you're teaching speak, you really want to encourage them to full-on bark, because when you teach whisper, you're going to want to differentiate the two. So keep training speak until it's very consistent, and it looks something like this. Speak! Yes! Speak! Yes! Okay, so now that your dog can do speak, we will train whisper. So whisper is way harder for them to get, because not only do they have to figure out that they have to bark, they have to figure out that they have to make a lesser sound of a bark than when they do speak. Yes! But the methodology is the same way, but a little bit different. So when you teach whisper, you're going to do the same tactic where you just say the word and hopefully they figure it out. But when you teach whisper, I really recommend you say the command in a very hush-hush tone, so like whisper. Because the dog can, first of all, kind of read your aura, like your vibe. So when you say whisper, they know that they have to stay a little bit quiet. And also, when you say whisper in like a really hushed tone, they're gonna wanna like mirror that volume, mimic that volume, and they're gonna hopefully offer up a bark that's quiet. So at the beginning of teaching whisper, you're gonna wanna mark and reward, so click on your clicker or say your marker word for any sound they make, as long as it's not like a full-on bark. And then as you train more and more, you're gonna wanna set the standards higher and higher. So once you say whisper, like whisper, and they're consistently giving you some kind of like a little bark, you're gonna want to treat them. But then after a few times, only mark and reward when their bark gets at like a lower volume. And then over the course of a few days or a few weeks, you're only going to reward them if they actually, in your mind, do whisper. So for Mochi, I just want him to either growl or do like a tiny little bark, and then I mark and reward. But if he just barks at normal volume, he does not get rewarded when I say whisper. Yeah, so that's basically how you do it. So eventually it should look something like this. Whisper. Yes! See how he growled there? That for me is the perfect whisper. But if he offered up a super tiny bark, that's okay for me too. The only thing you have to keep consistent is what you want, so never confuse them. For Mochi, he knows that for whisper, I expect a growl or a little bark, and he will get rewarded. Maybe for your standards, you want him just to growl, then you just have to make that clear by only rewarding them when they do, or in the end, when you've raised the standards, you only reward them when they do exactly what you want them to do. So as you can see, all I did was say the command word and wait for Mochi to figure it out. You might need to give them a few minutes to, fuss around and get frustrated before they actually offer up a bark, because the barking is a result from all that frustration. And then that's the key moment where you mark and reward, and then they'll eventually figure out what speak and whisper actually mean. Okay guys, I hope that helped you out on how to train your dog speak and whisper. Again, this is a very easy trick for you to train because you don't have to do anything. You just have to kind of say the word and wait for them to figure it out themselves. Yeah, be very patient and don't expect too much at the beginning. This is a very, steep learning curve, I would say, to teach speak, and then even more so for whisper. But this trick is something I really think just takes a ton of practice. And yeah, if Mochi completed both tricks, I would say in total over like a month, so it's not something you could do overnight. I hope this video helped. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below if you taught your dog how to speak or whisper, and we'll see you next time on Mochi's channel. Bye!